Okay, so this is a revision session for years, well, I guess years 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. It's quite tricky work. It's probably about grade 7, grade 8 work, this. Um, Obviously, if it comes up on the exam, you get it right, and it is an extra 2 marks. So simplifying surds. Surds is simply just square roots. And if you've got to simplify a surd, if we've got, say, the square root of 28 here, what we've got to do is we've got to break that down to 2 other square roots. Now, of course, we could break down to square root of 2 times the square root of 14, but the issue with this is that we can't do the square root of 2, because nothing times by itself is 2, and nothing times by itself is 14. So what we've got to do is we've got to come up with 2 numbers that multiply together, whereby you can do the square root of one of them. So obviously you can have 2 and 14, or you could have the square root of 4 times the square root of 7. Now the reason that we use this one is that we can actually do the square root of 4. Because the square root of 4 is just 2, because 2 times by itself makes 4. So what we do is we write that as 2 root 7. And that's how you simplify surds. So if ever you've got a question that says simplify this surd, that's exactly what it means. Let's have a look at question 2 here. We've got the square root of 50. Now we could do the square root of 5 and the square root of 10, but of course neither one of those are square numbers. We can't do the square root of 5 and we can't do the square root of 10. However, if we write it as the square root of 25 and the square root of 2, we can do the square root of 25, so that's simply just 5. So it's going to be 5 root 2. That's it. 5 root 2. Now the third one is the square root of 75. So we've got to think what number goes into 75 that we can do the square root of. Well, any square numbers that we know, I mean 1 times 1 is 1, that's no good. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 doesn't go into 75. 3 3s are 9, so we can do the square root of 9. So we can do the square root of 16, we can do the square root of 25, square root of 36, square root of 49, square root of 64, square root of 81. So all of these you can do the square root of. Square root of 89 is 9, square root of 64 is 8, so 8 times 8 is 64. The square root of 49 is 7, because 7 times 7 is 49, and so on and so forth. So what we've got to do is we've actually got to find the biggest square root that goes in there. So, without too much concentration, we can find out that the square root of 25 goes in the square root of 75. So the square root of 25 times by the square root of 3 is the square root of 75. So that's simply 5 root 3. Again, any questions with that, feel free to come and find either myself or any other teacher. What I want you to do now is I want you to have a go at these ones yourself. So I want you to simplify the square root of 96, the square root of 75, the square root of 12, the square root of 28, the square root of 18, and the square root of 24. Excuse me. So what I'd like to do is just pause the video, have a go at those, and then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the answers. So now I'm going to go through the answers, and hopefully you've paused the video. So the square root of 96. Yeah, it's a tricky one because the square root of 96, the first thing I'd do is divide it by 4. And then 4 goes into there 24 times. So that's going to be 2 root 24. However, you can actually simplify the square root of 24 down. So that's going to be the square root of 4 times the square root of 6. And we're already timesing it by 2. So that's going to be 2 times by 2 times by the square root of 6, which is 4 root 6. Now I understand if you've got 2 root 24, and you probably get 1 out of the 2 marks for doing that. But 4 root 6 is the actual answer. And alternatively, what you could have done is you could have done square root of 16 times the square root of 6 and automatically gone to 4 root 6. The next one, square root of 75, I've already done that one. So the square root of 75 is going to be the square root of 25 times the square root of 3, which is going to be 5 root 3. The square root of 12 is the next one. So we can break that down to the square root of 4 times the square root of 3, which is going to be 2 root 3. The next one is the square root of 28. So the square root of 28. Again, I think we did that one before. Square root of 4 times the square root of 7, which is 2 root 7. The next one is the square root of 18. That's going to be the square root of 9 times the square root of 2, which is 3 root 2. And the square root of 24 we did up here. So that's going to be the square root of 4 times the square root of 6, which if you simplify is 2 root 6. Okay, well done if you did manage to get those. And if not, feel free to either ask any questions and come into class and ask, or just watch the video a couple more times, see if that helps. Okay, thank you very much. Good luck.